Hello guys, welcome to our channel Classroom Tech, and in this channel and today obviously we are going to discuss a new topic, that is recursion. Okay, that is recursion in C. It is a very important topic for the interview purposes, and most of the cases interview asks some few questions from this recursion, and obviously the student make some mistakes regarding this recursion. So in this video we will try to figure out all those type of problems and we will try to explain and answer. So recursion. So if we're talking about the definition of recursion, so what is recursion? Okay, so recursion we can say it is a self-calling function. Self-calling function. Yes, it is a self-calling function. Okay, so most of the cases the student stops here, that is, it is a self-calling function, but it is not the complete answer, because after then we have to mention also 2 or 3 points, that is, it has base condition, it must have base condition. Okay, secondly, it must have terminating condition, or sorry, base condition, or that is obviously terminating condition, and the second one, that is, this must have recursive condition for the recursive statements, or the for the code, whatever we have written, by which the self calling will be continued. Okay, and the last one, it follows stack data structure. So exactly what is stack? So if I am talking about stack, so exactly what is stack? Stack means, like, suppose just a minute, I'm opening the digital board. Oops. Okay, so no issues. Digital board is fine here, and this is fine. Okay, so exactly what is stack here, right? Stack is like a, suppose I'm writing like this. Okay, and suppose it is a container and we are keeping the value from this end, and we are copying the value again from this end. Okay, so if I am keeping a first value, then it will be placed here, second value placed here, third value will be here, fourth value will be here, fifth value will be here. Okay, and when I am removing the elements, then obviously the last one, it will be popped first. Okay, so this is the concept of stack. So in the recursion mechanism also, we will face the same type of problems or same type of scenario we will face. So let's discuss. So before this recursion concept, at first I am trying to explain factorial of a problem. Just like I am taking an example of factorial, I will explain factorial using recursion. Before that, I am trying to explain factorial using iteration. Okay, so factorial using iteration. Iteration means obviously using some loops. Okay, loop concepts. So here I am taking a variable in n equals to 5. Okay, and also a fact variable, fact equals to 1. Okay, now I am executing a loop. Suppose for int I equals to 1 and I less than equals to n I plus plus. Okay, and then here I am writing fact equals to fact into I. Okay, so up to this it's fine, and after execution of this loop, out of this loop I am writing printf slash in the value of 5 factorial, because I am taking 5 here. 5 factorial equals to percentage t. Obviously we can also take the value from the user scanf, and then we can calculate the value, but I am not going in that way. Just I am trying to elaborate as much as possible within a very short time. So if I'm executing this one, then obviously we will get the output, that is 120. And this is the concept of iteration. Using iterations, we are doing this thing. Here, how it is going to be calculated in this scenario? In this scenario, how we are going to be calculated this one. So here, suppose this is called dry run. I am explaining with the dry run concept. So here I value equals to 1. Okay, previously the value of fact we have declared in the line number 13, the value of fact equals to 1. So when the value of fact equals to 1 and we are executing this one, then fact will be fact equals to fact into I. That means 1 into 1 into 1, because fact equals to 1 and we are taking I equals to 1. So that means the new value of fact will be 1. Now for I equals to 2, now fact equals to previous fact value, that is 1, and now I equals to 2. So obviously we are getting 2 here, right? Now I equals to 3. So here fact equals to last time 2, now it is 3. So we are getting 6. Now again I equals to 4. So here fact equals to 6 into, obviously 6 into 4, that means it will be 24. Correct? Now I equals to 5. I equals to 5. This is the last time because we have taken we have chosen the value of n equals to 5. So and a loop will be executed from 1 to 5. So now it will be 24 into 5, that means 120. Now it is 120. So this is the concept of 5 factorial, and after then out of this loop when we are going to print the value of fact, then we are getting 120. But this is totally iteration concept. Using for loop we have doing this thing. If you are interested to do this do the same code using while loop, yes, it is also possible. Any loop it is possible, no issues. Okay, so this is the concept of factorial. In this way we can calculate the factorial using iteration. Now here in this concept we have not executed anything like there is no concept of the stack data structure in this scenario. Correct? There is no concept of stack data structure. Okay. Okay. So now we are explaining the same concept using recursion. One more thing that is very important: any loop program that can be implemented using recursion. Any loop program can be implemented using recursion. Yes, it is true. I will explain one question also that is asked in the year of 2019 in a TCS interview. Okay, so I will explain that question. Interviewer ask one question regarding recursion, and then student has to answer. So exactly now we are going to implement the same question using recursion. Okay. So recursion, we know what is recursion. That's fine. So now I am changing something here. Suppose after this I'm replacing this one and I'm deleting this one after this. Okay. Here I'm calling fact equals to factorial of n. Factorial of n. That is obviously 5. It's fine. Now we are creating a function, and function is like in factorial. In factorial, here we are passing int of n, and here we have written the base condition. We are writing the base condition. It is a very popular question and very easy question. Base condition if n equals to 0, because the factorial of 0 is also 1. Okay, so if n equals to 0, return 1. You can also write like this because 1 factorial is also 1. So sorry, if n equals to 1, then also return 1. Yes, it is also possible. Else is not mandatory because we have already written 1. So else is not mandatory, or you can write here, or it is as per your choice. Okay, so now I'm writing return n into factorial of that will be n minus 1. Okay, so now if I'm executing this code, it takes some time. Okay, so if I'm trying to execute this code, then it should return some value. Okay, just a minute. I think there are some issues in the computer. Okay, fine. I'm pasting it here again and run the code. Yes, now there is no problem in our code. Somehow the compiler stops compiling. So now the output is 120. Okay, so now the output is again 120. Then that means using recursion or using iteration, in the both the cases the output will be the same, but the procedures or the mechanisms that will be different. That is the resist scenario. Okay, so now I will explain the concept of this recursion, exactly how recursion or how we are calculating this concept here, right? So what is the value of what is the first call? At first we have to check exactly what is the first call. First call is here, right? Factorial of n. So I can write it here, factorial of n. That means the value of n is 5, then that means factorial of 5. Okay. So now factorial of 5, I am making it short like f5. Okay, f5. Now the value of n equals to 5, because fact of 5, that means n equals to 5 we are passing. So 5 equals to 0, obviously condition is not true. 5 equals to 1, again condition is not true. Okay, so here I can write 5 into f of 5 minus 1, because else what it will be executed. 5 minus 1, that means 4, factorial of 4. Now again we may calculate like this. Suppose 4 into fact of 3. Why it is? Suppose look like this. Here we are passing 4. N equals to 4, right? Here n equals to 4. So here as if n equals to 4, that means n equals to 0 and n equals to 1, both are false. Correct? Both are false. Then else statement will be executed. Then again we are executing n. N means 4. N means 4. And factorial of n minus 1. That means 3. So that's why we are writing 4 into fact of 3. Now here we are executing for the next part. That is 3. Similarly, we can write like this one. Similarly, we can write like this, 2 into fact of 1. Okay. After this f of 1, that is factorial of 1. When we are going to calculate the factorial of 1, that is value of n equals to 1. N equals to 1. N equals to 0 or n equals to 1. If one condition satisfies, then it will return 1. So obviously this condition satisfies for a factorial of 1. Now it will return 1. Okay. So now from this step, so up to this we are just creating the control or creating the proper execution steps. Now again we are coming back to the exact answer. Okay, so how we are getting the answer? So I'm copying this one. Okay, so here fact of 1, from the function we are getting 1. Correct? Okay, so that means it will be 2. It will be 2. 2 into 1, that means 2. Correct? Now what is 2? 2 means exactly the factorial of 2. Factorial of 2, the value of factorial of 2 equals to 2. So we can replace factorial of 2 by 2. Okay. So now it will be 6. Correct? Okay. So now 6. Now 3 factorial. 3 factorial will be 6 again, because factorial of 3 will be 6. So I am replacing this one. Okay. Now it is 24. Exactly 24 equals 24 means the factorial of 4. Factorial of 4 means 24. So for this factorial of 4, we are getting 24. So we can replace factorial of 4 by 24. Okay. Now we are getting the final output, that is 120. So this will be your final output, that is 120, and that's why we are getting the output 120. Okay. So throughout the video, we have explained the concept of iteration and also the concept of recursion. Okay. Please note it down in your copybook, and if you have any doubt, then please write your doubts in our comment section. Obviously, we will explain your questions or answers. Okay. So whatever. So now I will tell you the questions that is asked in the interview, that is year 2019. Okay. Interviewer asks the student that suppose a student, the candidate asks the question like, uh, can you write a program from 1 to 10? So obviously student says yes, it is possible. I can use loop and I can execute the code. Then interviewer stops the candidate and then asks the student or the candidate like, you have to print from 1 to 10 or 10 to 1, but not using for loop, using recursion. Okay, using recursion or using any functions or any functional procedures, but there you can't use loop. Okay, but there you can't use loop. So in that mechanisms, you have to print the value from 1 to 10. Okay. So what will be the procedure for that one and how to do this? So suppose the value equals to here it is 10. Okay, 1 to 10. So last value is 10, and here I am just like a function. I am creating a new function that is fun here, like fun in, and it is not needed exactly. Yes, it's not exactly needed. Then we can make it some changes here, like fun interface, that is it will be 10 in the first here. Okay. If n greater than 0, greater than 0. Okay, sorry. Yes, it's fine. If it is less than 0, then directly return. Okay, and I can make it if void else print printf um, from 1 to 10, 1 to okay, printf percentage of d, then the value of n. Okay, and then call fun of n minus 1. 10, 10. Okay, or if it is 1 to 10, from if it is 1 to 10, then I can execute like this one, and then okay, 0 is printed here because for the first time n minus 1, so I can start it from okay, in greater than equals to n. Yes, this one, it's fine. So now after execution of this code, this will be the code of recursion. Using recursion, I can print from 1 to 10. Okay. So what is the question? Question is print uh, 1 to 10 using recursion. Okay. So similarly, as I have make a try run for the previous code, similarly try to do this in your copybook. Okay. Just I'm giving you some hints as I'm using the stack concept. Okay, stack concept. Stack means it will give you the result in the reverse way. So I am starting it from a reverse. In the reverse, from the reverse direction. Yes, it is possible from the front end, from part, yeah, from the beginning part, but I am taking the last part first. Okay, as n equals to 10 here. So this was the question that was asked in the interview of TCS. This is a very basic questions, but sometimes using recursion, it is totally out of box question might be possible, but this will be the answer for that interview round. Okay, so I think you have liked this video, and if you new in this channel, please like and subscribe, and please share with your friends. And if you have any questions and doubts, then you can also ask me any questions on WhatsApp. This is my WhatsApp number. Okay, so you can drop a message and you can what's the meaning for any doubts and questions. Okay, so please